Hi everybody, it's me, Amber Randstrom again. Today I wanted to talk a little bit about the different stages our children go through and what they need developmentally and how we as parents can also adjust to all of these changes. I don't know about you, but I definitely thought, having children, that my job was going to be a lot tougher when they were younger and, babies, and definitely depended on me for absolutely everything. But as my kids get older, I have discovered that they really actually need me more the older they get, especially with the influences and the different things out there, the access to the internet, all of that stuff. They're exposed to way more than I remember even being exposed to as a teenager. I definitely think that us as parents have to adjust with our children and kind of learn that balance of, when to back off and when to be there and when to guide them and when to kind of let them stumble a little bit. It's hard because we're definitely protectors. We want to protect them and shield them from a lot of the things that we felt or experienced, breakups or heartaches or any of those things, making the wrong choices with friends or, influences and, even with school. I know that's a really hard balance for me and my husband, is definitely trying to figure out, when do I guide you? When do I hover? When do I let you figure it out? And, we're trying to still do that dance with them to see what their needs are and what their wants are, because I want them to be independent. But what I have discovered at any age of development with children is letting them stumble a little bit, letting them make some mistakes, letting them figure it out. Mistakes are kind of viewed as bad because, you're supposed to be perfect or you're supposed to make the right choices and the right decisions. But we really learn from our mistakes. As long as they're not really detrimental or harmful to others, we do learn what to do and what not to do. And it's okay to stumble and fall every now and again and allow our children to kind of do the same thing, because that's how they learn. That's how they learn what works for them, what they like, what they don't like, what they need out of something different. I definitely know with my children, with school, I try to let them do their own thing, balance and organize in the way that they need to and want to. But I'm also there and always let them know and reinforce the fact that, if you have any questions or you need help with an assignment or you don't know how to do something, please come to me or your dad or teachers and ask for that help that you need and that guidance. But I also want them to find their own stride and find their own way of doing things. And sometimes they stumble a little bit, sometimes they miss an assignment, sometimes they don't do so well on the assignment. And that's when I kind of step in and say, okay, well, what can we do better? Where can we change this? Do we need to study more? Do you need to balance? Do you need to organize differently? And I step in and kind of guide them, but then I have to learn how to back off a little bit and allow them to figure out their own style within that. I provide them with the tools, but then I let them figure out what tools work for them and how to use them properly. I think the same thing goes with, when they're walking and they're learning to walk, we don't sit there and hold their hands the entire time they're walking. At some point, we let go of that hand and allow them to take that first step and allow them to try something different and something new. And sure, they might fall and stumble, but as long as they're trying and they're making that effort, we're there to pick them up and balance them again. And I think that, with each developmental stage in every child, a parent has to adjust as well. We have to learn where to step away and where to let them make a mistake and where to let them learn from that mistake and find their own characteristics and find their own personality in these things. If we never let go of that hand, they're never going to take that step forward. So I think, you're not alone. In every stage, it's hard for the child and the parent to figure out their balance. But I definitely think that this is a struggle that all parents go through, as well as children, and each child is different. So even though I have 2 kids, I know that one thing doesn't necessarily work for the other child. So I definitely understand that, it's kind of a little dance, but I wanted to bring this up because I think a lot of times we're so focused on the adjustment our children have to make that we forget that we too need to make some changes and give them a little bit of leeway and a little bit of room to make a mistake. So maybe they can learn from it and grow from it as well as us. If you have any more questions or you really want some more information on this topic or any other topic, please feel free to contact me at contact@cozycommunication.com or visit my website at www.cozycommunication.com. Thanks. See you next month.